Welcome to Whiskey Bandit Reviews. I'm Eric.
I'm Josh.
And today we are going to try and review the Old Forester Single Barrel Select.
So let's drink on that.
All right, Josh, so we've got the Old Forester Single Barrel Select. This comes in, what's the alcohol level on this?
You're not going to believe this. This is a 130.7 proof.
My God. So I'm trying to think back to some stuff that we've had around that proof range. I mean, you get the Elijah Craig barrel proofs. They can be up in the 130s, like up to like a 136-ish, or down in the 120s. It's according to what production they got coming out of that. Probably the highest thing we've had was what?
I don't remember right off the top of my head, but we did try that Coy Hill that came out a while back.
The Jack Daniel's Coil Hill. We were gifted a sample of that. Excellent. We're Tennessee haters, Tennessee whiskey haters. But man, that was good.
Yeah. That
was so good. So, hey, it's bourbon, right? So we try to keep it Kentucky straight around here. So Old Forester out of Louisville, Kentucky. I've never been there before.
I've been to the facility. Unfortunately, whenever I was there, I happened to be, up there in Louisville for a few days, and there were no tours available at all the entire time. They were completely booked up, but I was still able to go to the building. They had a bar there that was pretty cool. It's in a very neat part of town. I can't wait to go back and actually see the rest of their operation because, from the part that I did see, very cool.
Yeah. So I've not been to any of the Louisville distilleries because I basically don't count Louisville as part of Kentucky. It is what it is. But Old Forester, one of the staples of bourbon, from the Brown-Forman Corporation, I think same as Woodford Reserve, I think. I think they claim to be the oldest on the market, continuously sold bourbon since bottled in bond became a thing. They also claim to be the oldest single barrel since bottled in bond was. What does it say on here? Let's see. Wow, the way they print this. It was the first single barrel bourbon since the passage of the Bottled in Bond Act of 18 something. I can't read it. Okay, so they're old. Claim to be the oldest, but I feel like every distillery you go to has some kind of claim to being the oldest or the first or the something. So in Old Forester, I've drank a lot of it. Don't know a whole lot about it. I think they may decrease their maturation by like some heated rick houses or warehouses. I'm not sure about that. Tell us about that if you know a bit more about it. We should probably look it up since we're doing the review, but here we are. We've got the bottle. So I'm excited to try it.
Me too.
So what are some other Old Forester products we've had?
I know we've had the 1910 and the 1920.
1920 is excellent. Probably.
I like both of those quite a bit. I believe you had told me at one point you had tried the Statesman. Is that correct?
I have, but I don't remember it.
I have not had the privilege of trying that one yet. This is one of the ones whenever I was first starting out drinking bourbon, I was completely inexperienced, didn't know what I was looking for, didn't really know the taste of anything. Unfortunately for Old Forester, in my book, my initial impression was pretty early on, like I said, before I knew what I wanted. And At that point, I didn't like it.
That's because we probably drank this.
I have since then revisited quite a few pieces out of their selection. I have liked them much more than I initially thought that I did. So yeah. I'm very excited to try this. I love single barrel stuff. I love barrel proof stuff.
Right.
We both love the high proof. So this is
for sure.
Exciting.
I'm excited for the proof alone. We call ourselves proof. we like high proof stuff. So I think that Old Forester I just pulled out was probably one of the first bottles of bourbon that I bought, and I've still got it. But I mean, we've only been into it a few years now. And as you can see, we got quite a collection back here of stuff, so we don't really make it back to the Old Forester, that 86 proof stuff. But I remember that when we first tried it, we're like, oh, that just tastes like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
We were not fans of it. But then again, we had no idea what we were doing. So maybe we should go back to that sometime. But 1910, good. 1920, excellent. And luckily for us, that's something that you can always find on the shelf here. And you can find that, again, just like your local like grocery stores that have liquor stores. That's the convenient thing about here in Kentucky. We have great grocery stores with some liquor stores attached to them. Again, you can find it at that
actually sell for retail.
Yeah, for actual retail. Or you can go across the road and get it for about $10 more. Or if you're in our town, the same people own all of the different liquor stores, so you can pay about $20 more if you'd like. But that's up to you. So, super excited to try this. I've had their rye. It's good.
Not one of the better ryes that I've had.
But a rye, I guess maybe if you were to make a bunch of cocktails or something, it would be great for that. But
I have had quite a few Manhattans made with the Old Forester rye. And,
okay.
It does a very good job at that.
Let's get into this. So, single barrel strength. Also, this is a pick. It is Chris's pick, series number 3. So, it's open. All right, well, get a glass.
You bought it. You're the first pour. Let's go.
I didn't get a cork pop. Let's see if we can recreate that. All right, guys, we're going to open this Old Forester.
There we go. That's a pretty good one. All right. So here's my initial reaction to this, especially for the proof. That is a very muted scent.
For the proof?
For the proof, it doesn't really give you.
But
like you don't really pick up the actual, like, a lot of the times you can at least kind of get that burn on the smell of, the alcohol content. This just doesn't really seem to have that. It definitely has complex scent, though. I'm not trying to say that.
You know what makes me, just off of smelling it, I'm sure if I were to get my nose down in there, it would burn it off. But how I can kind of tell this is probably a pretty high proof just from the nose is that smells like a straight piece of wood.
Yeah.
That smells like a piece of oak barrel.
I think maybe
in my nose.
Maybe that has a little bit to do with why it smells a little muted to me, is because it smells so much like the wood.
That color is beautiful.
I was about to say the same thing. That was one of the next points that I wanted to make. It's very, very dark.
Look at that. Like, that is, if I'm picking, like, you go to Lowe's, go to where all the paint samples are. If I pulled out this color, I would expect it to say bourbon.
Well, since you say that, funny tidbit, let's go ahead and just sidetrack for a second. My wife likes me to smell a certain kind of way. She buys this cologne from Bath and Body Works. It is this exact color.
Okay.
The scent name is bourbon.
All right.
So there you go.
That's so funny you said that, because I am wearing a cologne from Bath and Body Works. because I love the candle, mahogany teak wood.
Okay, there we go.
I've got a candle sitting over there, and I've probably had 10 of those candles. So last time we went up to Fayette Mall in Lexington, they were having some kind of sale on like the 3 wicks, and you're like, oh, I gotta buy 3 of them to get them for $10 a piece. So I came out of there with like 3 mahogany teak wood candles, the cologne, which I didn't know they made, and hand soap, and the little things for your car, the air fresheners.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah, that color.
Yeah.
Not mahogany teak wood though. His, not mine. Bath and Body Works.
Yeah. It's for men too.
Hashtag no free ads. So I'll be expecting, a message. All right. So what else you get off the nose?
See, I'm trying to get in there. Like you said, it smells like wood. Bourbon soaked wood.
But there's that sweetness to it too, like
almost. That's what I was getting ready to touch on next here. It's almost like a maple.
Maple. Like a maple syrup?
Yeah.
Okay. I can stand by that.
It's not as sweet smelling as maple syrup, but
man,
definitely something kind of in that area.
You know how like cedar kind of has that very kind of sweet smell to it? If oak were to somehow come up with that, like I anytime I think of that, I think back to my papaw sitting outside his shed with a little cedar like stick and like whittling it.
Yeah.
Like he would do that all day, and it would just smell so good once you walked up. And I kind of get a hint of that, but more oaky than that. But like sweetness from like a wood rather than like a fruit or like a plant, flowers. And kind of like the dullness too of, again, like just like old leather, like
yeah. Yeah.
Kind of, you walk into those stores that sell like biker stuff, and it's just full of like leather. I don't know if you all frequent those places, but apparently I do, to make the comparison. But I don't know. Basically, any place in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, smells like this.
Nearly the entire town does.
Anyway, but
okay,
it smells like good bourbon. Do you get any fruitiness out of that? Because sometimes you can pick up like the fruits, the bananas, the plum.
Yeah, I'm trying to revisit. Kind of trying to circle around. The different scents that you can normally pick out, and
kind of like a sweet spice. Not cinnamon, but I don't know. Man, I can't pick up that sweetness.
I don't.
It's subtle, but it's significant. Like,
I still can't get over this color either.
The color's beautiful. I mean, just look at that bottle. That blue label. That's just a good looking bottle. I mean, it's classic. You see that bottle, you know it's Old Forester. You see that label, you know you're getting something good. And God, it's just beautiful.
It looks good. It definitely looks good. I agree with you.
All right, so I'm interested to see, since we're not really getting it on the nose, if that proof is just going to hit us in the face once we try it. So
we're at 130.7 proof, like I said earlier, so it's got to be somewhere, right?
Supposedly roundabout 6 years old. Cannot confirm or deny. Facts are optional. You ready to try it?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Oh, it keeps going.
I was getting ready to say that starts as soon as it touches your lips, and you can trace it all the way down to your stomach.
it's just you taking it in is just the catalyst, and like you get that. Yeah, you taste it. And then, like, the more, maybe it's just the way I chewed it there, but, like, that escalated. Like, it just increased, held, and then, like, slowly came down.
Yeah.
As it went down the throat there, like.
So past the burn there, what kind of flavors were you
I
able to
gotta
pick
try
out?
again because
Okay.
that was an experience.
All right.
That is 130 proof. That is 130 proof. Oh. Huh. Okay, so right off, as it smells, super oaky.
Yep.
Super oaky.
Yep.
And after the initial touch, which normally, like, you know, the front of your mouth has got the kind of the sweet taste buds where you get that. I felt the sweetness like a second or two after I started to like take it down. Like you get that strong, you get like a warmth at first. And then I started to get like this super sweetness at the front of the tongue, and then followed by that increasing kind of warmth. And then it settles down. And wow, the Kentucky hug on that is, if you look up textbook Kentucky hug,
that's it.
That's
it's one of the best ones as far as the Kentucky hug
130
that I have ever had.
That is good.
It is
I'm
good.
glad we're reviewing this.
This is very good.
That's good. What do you think?
So on the sweetness, I'm getting like, I agree with what you were saying. You know, you get that burn. It kind of
What is that?
makes way a little bit to the sweetness, and like as it passes, you know, the burn just kind of falls the path. You know, it's almost to me something in the similar realm of like a brown sugar.
Yes. Yes. That's it. It's brown sugar.
And now that I revisit and smell this, it smells like brown sugar.
Almost like when you're baking or preparing to bake, and you've got the brown sugar and you're mixing it in with the butter.
Yeah.
And like you get that kind of like buttery brown sugarness. That's like the base of whatever baked good you're making. That's the sweetness you get. Very kind of like creamy too. Like
yeah.
Like you can tell like the butteriness is there, if that is a word. But that's exactly what the sweetness is.
If you revisit and smell now, I think you can pick that kind of scent out of it as well.
Yeah. And now after smelling it, I do get like I get that sweetness, but then I do get a bit of a kind of a fruity vibe. Maybe not like a sweet fruit. Not the bananas that you get from the Woodford. Not like an apple that you would get from some things, but maybe more of like a dark fruit. More plumish.
Okay. I'm not quite able to follow you on that. I'm not getting a whole lot of fruit still. I'm trying.
It
I'm trying to
smells so much
out.
sweeter to me now than it did Oaky. Wow, that's still burning my mouth.
That getting that taste in really opened a lot of things up. I don't know exactly what that did as far as, you know, being able to come back to it, smell, and get a completely different.
This is one we should probably add some water to, but we're not about that.
No.
Or some ice to open it up a bit. And I know that's kind of what the fancy people do, but I like it as is. I'm happy with this.
If you can't tell, whenever, especially over time watching us, you'll notice that we just drink neat, and that's just kind of the way that we like it. So
it's like musky, like walk into an attic kind of musky oak. Smells like old old wood. But I am hitting that sweetness now, though.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to be adding on some bonus points to this simply for possibly having the best Kentucky hug that I've ever had in my life.
It's good.
I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that is better than that, or that just, it doesn't overwhelm you. It just lingers. It's just
probably not something you want to give to your buddies coming over the first time, saying, "Oh, I'd like to try some bourbon."
Absolutely not.
I would like to try bourbon today.
Unless you don't want them to drink your bourbon, then yeah, go ahead and give them a little swig of this. It's probably going to run them off.
So this is up there, man, in bourbons for me. I don't know where I'm going to score this thing.
Well, you know what? It is your turn to score first, sir. So
no rookie scores. Oh my gosh, we've not done much yet, so we're really wide open. I don't want to get too high because I feel I don't have room to go up. I'm going 8s. I'm afraid to get to the 9s. Just because once you get to the 9s, you're in the highest class possible. So, hold on. Woo! Woo! They got me with the proof.
yeah.
Man, I don't know. The thing is we're gonna have to revisit a lot of these because we don't have an established
like
scale yet. So like I don't know what a 9 is for me. I'm trying to think like what if I'm drinking Rock Hill Farm? Like what is that for me? I don't know. I'd like to think it's in the 9s, but then again, maybe it's mind games, knowing that how expensive it is and how hard it is to find. Maybe that's it for me, or like a Stag or a Stag Junior. What do you think this compares to a Stag Junior? Are you taking Stag Junior or this?
I got to be honest with you. It's been quite some time since I've had Stag Junior, so
we might have to play a little game.
We like games here.
Because that's in the 130s. We're gonna play a little game called Me Quizzing Josh because I would be terrible at it.
You'd be probably better than me.
And I need time to think about this score. Oh my gosh!
Look at this. He's delaying so hard right now.
You know where I'm at though. I'm at that borderline. Do I keep it in the 8s? Do I go above it? It's in the 8s at least.
Yeah.
But in mid to high 8s, I don't know what a 9 is, so I need time to think. So I'm gonna quiz Josh.
I feel you on that. I feel like at this point, what I'm thinking of at this current point right now is that with the taste and everything considered, with the proof as well, I feel like high 8s for this is probably going to end up being on the conservative scale.
Okay, tell me what you think of each. Tell me what you prefer.
All right.
While I think about what I think about this. I think I like it.
I'm starting to think you just want to get me drunk.
I'm thinking we're probably getting there.
All right, so one of these is still the Old Forester.
Correct.
Is this the Old Forester?
I don't know, is it?
It smells like the Old Forester. I'm going to go with this being the Old Forester final answer.
Okay, and which of those two do you prefer?
The Old Forester.
Which you think is this one?
If that is indeed the Old Forester.
So what if I told you that's the Old Forester?
Then I like Stag Junior better.
Okay, well that's Old Forester.
Okay.
And that's Stag Junior.
This has a bit more of like almost like a citrusy, like lemon zest on the nose. Tell me if you think you can get that out of that, or if I'm just crazy.
Well, I want to do it too.
Okay. You know which one's which, but
you're gonna switch them. All right, so that's Stag Junior. That's Old Forester. I think that I leaned towards whatever this was.
That is also the Old Forester.
All right, there we have it. We like Old Forester better than Stag Junior. Old Forester single barrel select, but only the one that Chris picked for the third time. All right, that's our review. Make sure you leave a comment, leave us a like. What else do you want us to try? Do you think we're idiots? Anything else, Josh?
Our scores.
Yes, we have to hit our scores.
No, rookie scores. You're trying to get out of this so hard.
I don't want to score it. I'm going to give it an 8.8.
Okay. I was thinking around the same. So, to prevent giving the same answer, let's do...
This isn't a Stag Junior.
Let's do 8.6.
All right, we got an 8.7 here on the Old Forester Single Barrel Select by Chris for the third time. All right, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.